who is the CEO and co-founder of Design Transcend, a multidisciplinary design practice based in Bangalore. Amit has expertise in envisioning new design concepts in mid to large commercial and residential real estate projects and multiple other segments. In his 13 years of presence in the industry, his completed work have successfully stood the test of the market, are equally well received and published by various design platforms. Conscious innovation is the key driver in his design practice. Amit and his firm are on a mission to rethink and redefine the design of spaces and the performance of structure to match the future needs of rapid global change. Today, Amit will talk on rethinking interior spaces. So let's welcome Amit.
Thank you, ACE Update, for this opportunity. Although the topic was new age materials, I have basically put some points together that is going to help design students and budding designers to actually take use of what is really important from design perspective. And like I mentioned in the starting, that the way we are consuming beautiful imagery on daily basis, it is changing the way we perceive and think about what the space should be. So I've basically jotted down few points which will kind of make everyone think, make everyone, in the sense it's more for the students and newcomers in the industry. So when we say rethinking interior spaces, my focus is going to be more on designing for memories and experiences rather than, so you can say it's more of getting back to basics rather than trying and reinventing something. So we all know that these are the basic elements of the interior design. So space, lines, form, shapes, pattern, light, and etc., color and texture. Now, most of the students or budding designers, they see the interior design from a different perspective, where they feel, okay, it is probably about making a collage of furniture, good finishes, and things like those. But I've just jotted down what really goes into the which we can call as components of interiors. So there are fixed furniture, which are basically customized furniture. Then there is loose furniture, which you normally buy out. Then there are floor and ceiling and wall finishes. Then you have soft furnishing. Lighting is a very important aspect. There are artifacts and accessories and appliances and fittings. Now coming to the core idea, focus area of the talk, what I'm going to talk about is that apart from just making beautiful imagery, a designer should keep in mind is a home requires time in making. So this is one very important aspect which sometimes tend to be forgotten. Home is not complete right at the starting. You cannot just have that. So basically there has to be space to allow for home to grow, so allow for the collection of memories, collection of artifacts to grow over the time. So while designing the home, we need to make space for those things, both make space literally and leave certain space which could be added on later. And spaces may not look perfect all the time, so place will get messy. The beautiful imagery is not the truth. Then scaling of spaces for comfort, this I kind of captured in one of the answers. So where you have these large volumes, where you got to have these elements which should scale down the space, otherwise it may feel hostile. Then scaling of furniture for comfort of interaction. This is also kind of captured in the earlier discussion. So depending on the kind of space it is, you got to scale the furniture accordingly. So suppose in a large home where you have a living space and then you also have a family space, the kind of setup you have in living space need not be replicated in the family space, because both will serve different purpose. Then another is creating visual anchors. So there's a lot of imagery which is very minimalistic and it feels very sterile, but which is not very favorable to create memories. So we got to create these anchors in terms of detailed, say, objects or detailed spaces, which kind of etch into your memory, and that's what you will remember. Say even a child, probably when all of us were children, we remember certain things from our old houses. Although the houses have started becoming small in size due to various reasons, but there are still possibilities to create spaces and create elements which will kind of get etched into your memories for longer. Then designing in between spaces. So apart from the basic functional spaces, there is a lot of importance which needs to be given to the in between spaces or spaces which are not critical. So like say adding a small window seater or just adding a small nook somewhere just for say casual reading. So or adding a small bit of detail, say in a common area somewhere. So then designing for touch and feel. So this is very important because most of the time we know, okay, because of the constraint of budget, we probably will have to go for most of the things which are very functional and very cookie cutter. But the elements where we have to interact on daily basis, where we are touching them, we are feeling them on daily basis, that have a lot of potential in terms of adding texture or color or detail to them, like elements like door handles, handrails, handrest of a sofa, the fabric, things like those. And yeah, last is the lighting to suit the space, which many times, yeah, most of the times actually there is not a lighting designer on board, and architect or interior designer has to design the space in terms of the way it has to be lit. So lighting is the most important factor because that's the way we perceive spaces. So we need to understand the way certain spaces need certain kind of lighting. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.